You feel warm, comfortable when silk sheets surround you. Slowly, you open your eyes, expecting to see your bedroom, but you see an unfamiliar room. You sat on the bed abruptly, your eyes wide open. You clutch your temples, still feeling a bit dizzy. The realization hits you that you fainted on the street. Jungkook, you whispered. Yes, it was Jungkook's voice you heard before fainting. Looking under sheet, you realize you are just in your innerwears and you were wearing thin satin white see-through shirt. Your innerwears clearly visible. You don't feel any soreness. Who braided your hairs? Your hairs were open before. You look all over the room but you couldn't find your clothes. You wanted to cover yourself properly. You needed to cover yourself properly. You look around the room, try to find some clothes to wear. You were feeling uncomfortable in this see-through shirt and visible inners. You look around and finally find a white shirt on the couch. You stood up from the bed and started walking towards the couch. Before you can get the shirt, the door opened. No, you groan. You don't want him to see you like this. You walk fast to get it, but before you can do that, he appeared in front of you and you gulp hard. What's the hurry, sweetheart? He said, clutching the shirt, his eyes on yours, which you wish stays there only. Please give it to me, you whispered. What will I get in return? A wicked smirk on his face. A thanks, perhaps, you answer shyly. You don't want to argue with him, not when you are without any proper clothes. Your feelings, more like your emotions, are always bared by his presence. It's hard to pretend when he is near you. His kiss trailed on your body, your breath caught for a moment, you covered your body with your hands. He gripped you by your waist, removing the little distance between you and him, as if he didn't like you covering your body from him. Your body collided with his chest. He gripped your waist tightly. You yelped, rising on your tiptoes. It is intimidating that you are almost without clothes and he is in his clothes. Don't hide from me, Ryan. His voice demanding. Your faces close to each. He stared at you intensely. You looked into his eyes. He slowly up his hand and started caressing your slightly exposed collarbone. Are you aware how beautiful you are to me? You are mine. He lowered his face, kissing your collarbone. Give me a kiss, he said, smoking, his hands clutching the shirt you want to wear to hide your almost naked body. You watched his eyes shifting and focusing on your hands clenched into a fist, your heart accelerated. Why does he have to make it always complicated? Why do you always have to react to his touches? No, Ian, you can't fall for his tricks. You have to be confident. You thought. You smiled sarcastically while walking backwards. He frowned his eyebrows and looked at you. He stared at you deeply. He shook his head and a mocking smile plastered on his face. Sexy, he said, clicking his tongue, eyeing your body. You feel your heart skipped a beat with his stares or with his compliment. Ignoring him, you started walking near the bed. You took the sheets and wrapped them around you. You are feeling uncomfortable by his stares, so you decided to wrap yourself in the sheets. Foolish move, sweetheart, he said, removing his shirt. He glared at you for a moment and started walking to the right side of the room. You stared at his back while he poured himself a drink. Clutching your sheets tightly, you looked at him, noticing his every move. What is he trying to do? After pouring himself a glass of wine, he turned around, sipping his drink. He gulped the drink, looking at you intensely. Without saying anything, he started walking towards you. You gulped hard when you noticed he was glaring at you intensely. Stay away from me, you said, unwavered. You should know that I get what I want. He started walking around you slowly in circles. You couldn't help but feel like he has trapped you here. Your body stiffened when you felt his hand slide between your shoulder blades down to the curve of your lower back. The hair on the back of your neck stood up as you felt his breath on the side of your face. He is standing right behind. The distance between you and him is so close. You felt your breath hitching every time and his breath touching your face every time, either by hook or by crook. He mumbled, nibbling on your earlobe. You press your lips tightly, breathing heavily. Your eyes are tightly closed. The more you try to get away from me, the more I want to cage you with me, he said, and started kissing your neck from the behind. You let out a breath and melt in his touch. You gasped when he turned you around, and without a second thought or any warning, he pressed his lips on yours, kissing you like there's no tomorrow. He held your both the thighs and wrapped it around his waist. His kiss feels like a forbidden temptation. You want to tell him to stop, but you can't get the words out of your mouth. You feel confused, but his lips on yours feel so good. You're trapped in his touch. All you want to do is forget everything. Forget what's right and what's wrong. He always makes you doubt everything about yourself, about you both. Why you are trying so hard to resist? Is it so wrong to like his kisses, his dirty words? Is it wrong to want him? You close your eyes and about to kiss him back, but reality hit you hard. You pushed him away harshly from you with all of your strength and stand straight on your feet. Feeling frustrated with your thoughts, you again pushed him harshly. You started breathing heavily, staring into his dark brown. A dark expression blistered on his face at your actions. Your eyes trailed to his abs, but then what you saw shocked you, rendering you speechless. A tattoo on his left side of chest near his heart. You stare at his tattoo, the same tattoo you have above your right elbow. How? Why? These dates haunt your mind. You look up at him and again at the tattoo. You stared at his bare chest. Confusion clouded your mind. You can touch me, love. I'm all yours. He said with a cocky smirk. What do the date means? You speak softly. He didn't reply. You groan in annoyance. You call me love, yet you don't answer my questions. What are you hiding from me, huh? You said, pointing your finger at his chest, approaching him. He closed the distance between you and him, taking your hand in his, and he placed your hand on his face. You try to remove, but his grip is strong. Leave my hand, you said, struggling. He brought your hand to his lips, slowly kissing your palm. You should know, sweetheart, sometimes ignorance is bliss. You can see the desire in his eyes. His grip on your hand looses as if he is holding back, restraining himself. He walked backwards and spoke. You should get some rest, Ryan. He said and started walking. Rest my foot. You rolled your eyes, saying. He turned around, about to leave the room, but before he closed the door, you heard his demanding voice, a dark-ish duet. Don't you dare leave this room, baby. You shuddered with his cold tone. You didn't see his face, but you can practically imagine the dark expression on his face. You sighed in relief. When he left the room, you sat on the bed, clutching your head. What should I do now? You said and let out a frustrated sigh. He won't tell you anything. You have to find by yourself. He started looking around the room. Maybe you would find something which would help. It's been half an hour. You checked everything in the room except his wardrobe, which was protected by a passcode. Disappointment filled you when you didn't find anything. You walked nervously in the room to find and fro. You have to get out of here. You can't be scared of him. You walk out of the room, tiptoeing, not making any